We are back with our closer, Azul Airlines chairman and founder David Neeleman. He, of course, also founded JetBlue. And David, you recently bought Trip Airlines down in Brazil as well. And I'm curious because a couple of months ago I was able to sit down with Doug Parker of U.S. Airways, who's just bought American. He said, we combine these two companies in order to compete better against the big guys. Why did you buy Trip, and what's it doing for you?
Well, they'd been around for long before we were, and they were a good airline, and they flew to a lot of cities we didn't fly to. And we had two large competitors that were bigger than us, Gol and Tam, and so we needed to have a little bit of size and width, and so we did this merger, and it's worked out great for us.
How has the airline caught on, Azul? I mean, do you advertise a lot? How do you get the word out that there's something other than Tam?
If you've been on JetBlue, you've been on Azul. It's the same thing. It's TVs. We have snacks in baskets, through the aisles, and
so a little more customer service.
I think what I've always thought is that if you really, I always tell our people, I really have two goals as the founder of a company. Number one is I want this to be the best company you ever worked for. It is really focused on taking care of our people. And then the second thing is, and I always say we can't have number two without number one, is I want every customer to get off the flight and say, wow, that's amazing. If you're flying where I'm flying, I'm going to fly from you guys from now on. So that's really what we're trying to do, is just take care of every customer on every flight, and people come back and fly us again.
Will Landers of BlackRock, joining us earlier in the show, said that of the 200 million Brazilians, 40 million of them were not even middle class 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it sounds like what you're really doing is helping to lift up the country. Is that the way you see it?
Yeah. No, we're really adding to that middle class. I mean, we're
creating 10,000 jobs.
Right.
Creating 10,000 jobs, getting people flying, getting people to be able to visit family. I was on a flight one time coming from Salvador. And on that flight, I met a guy who said, because you guys are flying, now I've opened up a branch office in Salvador. And then I met two other ladies, and they were all well-dressed. And I said, now, are you guys flying for the first time? They said, no, we're domestic help. We live in Sao Paulo. We work in Sao Paulo, but live in Salvador. We used to never be able to see our families.
Oh my goodness.
And now every time, the people we work for go on vacation, they buy us a ticket and they send us home.
Oh,
and so,
nice.
it's cool. There's all kinds of stories of people that fly and are taking advantage of aviation, which we've done for a long time. And per capita, there's still less Brazilians that fly today than flew in the United States in the 1960s.
Yeah, so I mean, it's this opportunity to
it's a huge
capture
opportunity.
some momentum that's already been captured in the U.S.